Here we are, beginning a new semester. I'm excited to be working with you. Um, this is, of course, Introduction to Literature. And here's an important point that I want you to know right from the beginning, okay? This is critical to your whole pursuit of this course. Literature only has meaning in that it has meaning for you, okay? So what it means to the person who's, if we were in a classroom, sitting behind you in the classroom, may be different from what it means to you. And that's okay, because literature has to be a personal thing. We all come into this course with different backgrounds, okay? Our lives have all been different. We've all been different places, had different experiences. Probably there's no two of you in here who have the same parents. Probably no two of you in here live in the same house. Probably no two of you in here went all through school with, together. Okay. So, everything in your lives has been different. Okay. And literature really is meant to get to who you are, not who everybody else is, but who you are. So as you look for what literature is about, as you look for meanings in literature, as you have thoughts about literature, keep in mind that we're looking for what it means to you. That doesn't mean that you can't come up with something that just doesn't make sense. Okay? It doesn't mean that. Our thoughts on literature should be based on what happens in the reading, okay? In the piece of literature itself. So if you come up with something that just has no connection with what the author was saying in there, then it's possible your interpretation could be wrong. But we're not looking for you to find, in a sense, what the author meant. We're looking for you to find what it means to you, and that's going to be governed very much by your experiences. Okay? So I want to make sure you understand that right away. I also want to lay a bunch of groundwork for you today. I don't want to say ground rules, but groundwork. Number one, I'm available to you all the time. Okay? My text number is on Moodle a couple of times, and it's at the end of this week's lesson. If you need to get in touch with me, text me. If it's between 9 in the morning and 9 at night and you'd rather talk to me, then call me, okay? Don't call me after 9 at night. Don't call me before 9 in the morning. Just because, my life is really busy, and after those times, I generally don't even have my phone with me. I'm just not available. But text me whenever. And I also give you my email address. You can email me, okay? If you email me, make sure you label your email Trocaire or Introduction to Lit, something like that, that draws it to my attention. Because I get an average of 100 emails a day, most of which I don't even open. I just delete because they're garbage. Okay? I don't want to delete an email you send to me. So if you send me an email, make sure you label it Trocaire or Introduction to Literature. And if you text me, that's fine. Okay? But let me know who you are if you text me also. Let me know who you are. Okay? Because, I don't know your text numbers. I may ask you to text them to me somewhere along the line so I can put them into my phone. In fact, let's do that. You have my text number. Text me, just say I'm so-and-so, and then I can add you to my bank, to my contacts with your name. And so I'll have you. So if you do text me, I'll know right away who it is. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so that's some basis. Pretty much every week in the video, there is going to be a video question. Okay, and over the course of the semester, those video questions end up counting about 10% of the total of the course. Okay, so you want to make sure you watch the videos and text me the answer to those videos each week. If you don't text me the answer to the video, first of all, I'm not going to correct your essay. Well, no, first of all, you're not going to get the points for the answer. Okay? And these answers don't have to be anything profound. Sometimes it'll be a 2-word answer. Sometimes it'll be a 1-sentence answer. That's about the length of it. So it's not going to take you any great amount of time, but I want you to do that, okay? So if you're somebody that doesn't want to do that, well, you're losing 10%. So let's say your grade might have been an A minus. You lose 10%. You might be down to a C. It doesn't make sense, okay? Okay, so each week, we're going to be talking about pieces of literature. I'm going to assign pieces of literature to you. And what I'm looking for is for you to delve into what we show as, in a sense, the focus for the week. Okay? Like the focus for this week is going to be irony in literature. Okay? Irony in literature. And irony is an important part of literature. The lesson explains what irony is. Very succinctly, irony is kind of the opposite of what you expect. Okay? We're all used to irony. We encounter irony a lot. In the readings for this week, both of which are very short, you'll see a lot of irony. Okay? Now, each week there'll be an assignment, and it'll be to write an essay delving into, what the question is, and it's going to be about the things that you read for that week, okay? You're going to write an essay, and that's going to be due by 1 o'clock on Sundays. And then after you post your essay, I want you to read at least 2 other students' essays and write short responses to at least 2 students' essays each week, okay? Those responses don't have to be longer than 2 or 3 sentences. You don't have to write paragraphs on those. But see, this way we get interaction. You get to, in a sense, feel like some of your classmates. They get to kind of get a feel for who you are, okay? And we get an exchange of ideas. We learn more when we see other people's ideas. I learn sometimes from your ideas. And so if you're writing a response to somebody, you may be giving them a thought that they didn't have before. Now, when you write these responses, do not write things like, oh, that was really good. That doesn't do anybody any good, okay? Don't do that. If you think something was really good, then hit on a point or 2 that you think was really good. I didn't think about that. That idea is really good. I'm glad you suggested that. Okay, or no, what you wrote in your essay, I didn't see that at all. I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me. Based on the reading, I don't see how that fits. Okay, so, very brief responses. So, most of the readings in this course aren't going to take you a great deal of time. Most of them are, most of the short stories we have. Well, for today, one of them is 2 paragraphs, and the other one is 2 pages, I think. So it's not going to take you much time at all. And many of the readings are like, it'll take you, 45 minutes to read it, okay? But we do want you then to write about it based on what we're doing in the lesson. So again, this week we're talking about irony. I point out in the lesson that I have for you that there are 3 types of irony: situational, dramatic, and verbal irony. So there are 3 types of irony, okay? So to reinforce that, your video question for this week is, how many types of irony are there, and what are they? And again, they're situational, dramatic, and verbal. Okay, so we're going to reinforce that, and I define those in the lesson for this week. So it's not just that I'm mentioning them. They're so you'll get to see what they are. So when you write me an answer, you don't have to explain what the 3 types are. You just have to mention that there are 3 types, and that's what they are, okay? And your video questions are generally going to be like that. But that way, by not only hearing it, but by reading it and writing it, it will reinforce it in your head because we'll be touching on 3 different writing styles. Now, during the semester, people sometimes run into problems. People have car accidents. People have somebody in their family get sick, and it takes their attention away. A lot of our students work doubles, or work like they work 40 hours a week, but they put most of their time in on like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so let's say, you're scheduled to work from midnight to 8 o'clock Sunday, and then you want to go home and get your essay done before 1 o'clock in the afternoon when it's due, and they say, we need you to work a double. Fine. Text me and tell me I had to work a double, so my essay is going to be late. I'm not going to penalize you for it being late, as long as you text me and tell me it's going to be late, okay? I want to work together with you. I know life happens, okay? We can't control all the things in our lives as much as we would like to. So, again, I'm available to you all the time, okay? I do this because I love it, okay? So I'm available all the time for you. If you text me, you may not get a text back immediately, but you will get a text back. If you email me, you'll get an answer within a day, okay? Maybe even sooner than that, okay? If you call me and I can answer the phone, fine. If you don't, then leave me a voicemail and tell me who you are, okay? So you're going to answer the video question. You're going to text me your name and phone number, okay? And you're going to do this week's assignment, which again isn't going to take you very long. The essays that you write, realistically, I'm primarily concerned about content. I'm concerned about you saying something. So don't bullet point essay. Write essay format, okay? Write it in essay format, and we'll go from there. So questions, problems, you always know where to get me. Please feel comfortable trying to get me. If you see me at Trocaire, stop me and tell me who you are, because there's only a couple of you that I know, and that's because I had you in class, online in class. So actually, I'm not sure if I met those people, because I only met people once, but I didn't meet everybody. Some people mailed me their research papers, so I didn't get to meet everybody. But anyway, that's where we are. And so, we want you to have fun. We want to increase your enjoyment of literature. That's what this is all about, okay? So we don't want you to take a real clinical approach like you're trying to memorize everything that happens in a story. We want you to read it and read it attentively. Don't just scan it, read it attentively. But don't, what was that comment? What was that? Who said that? Don't do that. This isn't biology, okay? This is literature, and we want you to enjoy it. We want you to love it more in 2 weeks than you do now, and love it a lot in 15 weeks, okay? So we're going to be starting with short stories, and about the first, 8 or 9 weeks of the semester, we'll be doing short stories. We'll do a drama or 2. We'll do a little bit of poetry, okay? Nothing for you to be terribly concerned about, because when we do poetry, we'll be taking the same approach. We'll be looking for you to find what it means for you. Not me, but you. Not the poet, but you, okay? So relax, enjoy, relax, 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 and enjoy is what we're all about, okay? Again, you know where to get me, okay? I'm George Chernowski, and 716-861-8648. Okay, again, 716-861-8648. I'm here for you. Okay, thanks.